Welcome to the tutorial on encoders part 1. As we begin with the encoders, you need to understand that encoders basically is an inverse operation of the decoders. So here you will have 2 to the power n input lines and n output lines. And the output lines will generate the binary equivalent of the input line whose value is 1. So if you look at the typical block diagram, you can see that there are 2 to the power n data inputs, you have n data outputs, and in some of the encoders, like the way you have seen in the decoders, we will also have the enable inputs. Okay, so this is just the reverse operation of a decoder wherein you have 2 to the power n data inputs and n data outputs. So let us understand with an example how an encoder functions. So I am considering the example of an 8:3 encoder. So you can see that there are 8 inputs. And these inputs I am specifying in terms of Y and outputs are specified in terms of A. So you have 8 input lines and 3 output lines, hence the name 8:3 encoder. Now coming to the truth table corresponding to the inputs and the outputs as to how it is generated. So if you can see, this is the LSB and this is the MSB. So when you have Y0 to be equal to 1, you have the outputs as 0, 0, 0. When Y1 is equal to 1, output is 0, 0, 1. When Y2 is equal to 1, output is 0, 1, 0. When Y3 is equal to 1, output is 0, 1, 1. Y4 1 0 0, Y5 1 0 1, Y6 1 1 0 and Y7 as 1 1 1. One observation that you can do here is that I have represented the input in terms of 0 to 7. So the output representation in decimal will be in the form of 0 to 7. So if you observe here, Y0 is equal to 1 means here decimal representation would be equivalent to that of 0. When Y1 is equal to 1, the decimal representation for the output is equal to 1. When Y2 is equal to 1, decimal representation of this is equal to 2. When Y3 is equal to 1, decimal representation of this will be equal to 3. Y4, decimal representation of the output is 4. Y5, this is equal to 5. Y6, output is equal to decimal representation will be 6. Y7 and this representation will be equal to 7. So in an encoder, we can clearly see that looking at the input, what will be the output can be easily predicted. So that is what has been mentioned here. Inputs are Y0, Y1 up till Y7 and outputs A0, A1 and A2, where A0 is the LSB bit and A2 is the MSB bit. So whatever I explain in terms of decimal notation has been expressed here, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. That is because with 3 binary outputs you can have a combination of 0 to 7. Now let us see from the truth table how to write the expression corresponding to A2, A1 and A0. We start with A0. Corresponding to A0, I have the decimal notation 1, 3, 5 and 7. Correct? So I can write the expression for A0 as Y1, Y3, Y5 and Y7. Corresponding to A1, I can write this as Y2, Y3, y6 and y7. In a similar manner, I can represent the expression for A2 as y4, y5, y6 and y7. Why I have written these decimal notations is because it should be easier for you to write the expression for the output of the encoder. So I hope you are clear with this as to how we represent the expression for the output variables A0, A1 and A2. Now let me try to draw the logic diagram for the output variables that we have obtained. Now if you look at the output variables A0, A1 and A2, these expressions are nothing but the sum of the product expression, and a sum of product expression can be easily represented in terms of an OR gate. So you can see I have the expressions A0, A1 and A2, and I can represent A0 as y1 plus y3 plus y5 plus y7. Just an OR gate is required to represent the output. In a similar manner, I can represent A1 and A2. So this is how you try to obtain the expression for the output variables from the truth table that is given for the encoder, and you can obtain the logic diagram. Now there is next type of encoder that we are going to look into, that is the priority encoder. Now the reason for going for a priority encoder is mainly because of certain drawbacks that we have seen in the previous encoder. Okay, so one of the drawback is that when you have more than one inputs at logic 1, there may be an error in the output code. Okay, let me explain this with an example. So if you observe here, you have y3 to be equal to 1 and y4 to be equal to 0, and the output is equal to 0, 1, 1. Okay, now if we had a case wherein we had y3 to be equal to 1 and y4 also to be equal to 1, then we would have obtained the output as 1, 1, 1. Now when you obtain an output of 1, 1, 1 here, what happens is that you already have y7 which is equal to 1, and this y7 equal to 1 will give you an output 1, 1, 1, which will contradict with the output that you have in this particular case when y4 also becomes equal to 1. So what happens is that there will be an error when there are more than one input to be equal to logic 1. Now coming to the second error. So you can see that the output will be equal to all 0, 0 when all the inputs are logic 0, as well as when y0 is equal to logic 1. So let me explain that with an highlight. In this particular case, you can see that when y0 is equal to 1, output is equal to all 0, 0, 0. Okay. We can also have another case wherein all the inputs are 0 and the outputs are all zeros. So what happens is that there will be a contradiction in this particular case as well, because for a case of y0 equal to 1, we have all outputs to be equal to 0, and for a case of all inputs to be equal to 0, we have output to be equal to all zeros. So in order to overcome this particular problem, what we do is we make use of a priority encoder. So priority encoder will have a validity indicator, okay, and from the truth table of this priority encoder, we can observe that higher order bits will have the higher priority. So you can see here that we have the inputs from the truth table D0 to D7, and D7 is having the highest priority compared to D0. So that is why if you observe, the lower order bits are all considered as don't care terms. And in this particular case, I have considered the similar example like the previous one, that is 8:3 encoder. So you can see that here in this case, the lower order bits are all considered as don't care terms, and the output will be equal to 0 to 7 depending upon which of the bit is logic high. For example, D0 is equal to 1 means output will be 0, 0, 0. D1 is equal to 1 means output will be 0, 0, 1. D2 is equal to 1 means output will be 0, 1, 0. D3 is equal to 1 means 0, 1, 1. D4 is equal to 1 means 1, 0, 0. And D5 is equal to 1 means 1, 0, 1, and so on. But in this case, clearly we have a validity indicator. Like the previous one which we saw, that was the previous encoder, which was not a priority encoder, we didn't have a validity indicator. Here we have a validity indicator which will clearly tell us that for a combination of all 0 inputs, the output is 0, 0, but it is not valid. So here the validity indicator is showing us a 0, which means it is not a valid result. Now, there are two possibilities in the case of a priority encoder. Here, if you see here in this particular case, we have the inputs to be active high. That is why you have an input to be equal to logic 1. There could be the reverse case occurring also, wherein you have the active low input. So in the case of the active low input, what will happen is that your inputs will be equal to logic 0, and here you will be able to see logic 1. Okay, this don't care terms will remain as it is because I am considering the highest priority for the D7 and lowest priority for D0. In the case of active low, I will repeat once more. What will happen is that for active low input, this will be all logic 0, whereas all these bits will be equal to logic 1. Let me consider an example and explain you further as to how we obtain the output. Now, if you see here, we have the D3 to be equal to logic 1. Clear? Irrespective of the values of D2, D1 and D0, you have the result to be equal to 0, 1, 1. This overcomes the first error that we saw in the case of a simple encoder. One problem we have already solved by having a validity indicator. Another problem that we had, that is the first problem wherein we said that when there are more than one inputs to be equal to logic 1, then there will be an error that occurs. So that problem is solved because we have represented in terms of the priority. So here, if D3 is equal to 1, irrespective of the lower order bits, that is D2, D1 and D0, output will be equal to 0, 1, 1. Priority encoder always need not be the case that higher order bits will have higher priority. No. In this particular example, I have considered higher order bits to have higher priority. But when we solve numericals, they might specify which is the bit which is having higher priority, and accordingly, we need to draw the truth table and accordingly obtain the simplified expressions and draw the logic diagram. So when we solve the numericals, it will be much more clear. Now, this type of truth table that is obtained is called as the condensed truth table, wherein we do not represent the lower order bits, or if you are considering the reverse case, we do not represent the higher order bits. Okay, so such kind of truth table is called as the condensed truth table, where X corresponds to the don't care terms. That means x can be either 0 or it can be either 1.